So, we had, no one saw anything because I believe in embracing. I don't like the sound it's making. Okay, we're gonna let you do that. What the frick? I don't like this! So sorry, Grandpa. I'm so sorry. I don't like that. I would just like to say for the record, I'm gonna call that. That's not good. A bit of an interesting time trying to get the lightsaber to work. But the last time you saw this, it was roughly in this state, with some stuff, and I had just done this. We're changing directions. I got some hardware that's going to be the end of it. Stuff here and there. The main thing is the core. I think this has to go because there's not many ways for us to make it work where we can have this connect up to this in a solid joint, because I also want these because they look like vents and it looks very cool. I'm still gonna plan has changed, because I am, rather than going for the aesthetic appeal of having a central core, I'm very happy with this core. Rather than going with that, I'm going to have a solid core. There's a bit of tube that I got from store, and I made some modifications. This is going to be the center of all of it. We're going to press this into here. Hopefully it'll have a good grip, and then I'm going to line it with some two-part epoxy. I also had a very hard time, as you may have seen, drilling these holes, and we're going to try and do something with those, but if not, I can cover them up, but for now, this all just needs to go together. So what we're going to do here is just take out all of the frustration and anger that we felt about this saber from last time with trusty mallet. We're going to sand this down a bit before we proceed. I think that's good. So far, so good. I like how it's feeling so far. I'm just going to leave this here as a placeholder, and then we're going to, let me see. We'll go with 5. A little bit under 5. This needs to lose 3 centimeters. I might go a little bit over, so just because I'm mad. In all honesty, it's been a good learning process. Pardon the bumping. Sorry I bumped you. Gosh, it takes me back to my customer service days. Can I get that for you? So sorry you didn't enjoy our meal. You're just too picky. I'm not checking the audio properly right now. But I am drawing a line that looks somewhat straight. Anyway, we're going to cut this off with Old Faithful back there. And then we're going to hammer this the rest of the way on. And then we're moving. Alright. Let's see if this is a bit better. Should be, because I was going, I was using my phone with one of these because it doesn't have an aux port and it has a Type-C. But I figured out very quickly that damages the audio severely. So I hope this sounds a bit better. Y'all did bargain, unfortunately, for jankiness. Speaking of jankiness, here's where we're at. It looks a lot worse than it is. One second, I'm gonna old COVID trick. There we go. If you never figured that out as a person wearing glasses, I'm disappointed in you. But if you want to just stop all fogging, make sure your mouse goes under the bridge of your glasses. Usually I use the gator. Anyway, so what's happening here is that we have the pipe all the way through this. We're gonna drill out all these holes, hopefully, and any of the holes where we need them. But for right now, we need to secure this guy into place. So it's this band. This one band is giving me all of the problems. So I'm gonna drill it down with a screw slowly, and then we're gonna sink in as much of that as we can, and then probably glue. I swear I'm not abusing this tool. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Anyway, all right. Oh, by the way, if you're ever gonna use a flathead, just don't. But that I now have a consistent camera that I don't have to use for personal use. I've seen a bunch of these camera cases on phone cases online that basically turn your phone into a camera, which like makes sense to me. Like, has anybody just think about the fact that like most phones meet the standards of a lot of cameras. The only service that cameras are giving us now, well, one is, you know, higher quality in certain areas, but aside from that, from like amateur people like me, if you have an extra phone lying around, especially if you repair them, you like, why not just use an old phone? And the answer is convenience, storage, some quality. Some of it does have to do with quality. Let me see, what is another reason? Some quality. I never answered the rest of that question, but I feel like I got my point across. Oh, that's a good union. Jeez. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So this is looking all right, somewhat acceptable. Look at that. Oh, that feels so good to just. And it just feels so nice to actually be holding something. I was very happy. I've also seen people do like flame stuff around the edges of stuff. I think I'm gonna do that because this is supposed to be like a roughly assembled sort of thing. I have to leave that in. I have to be real. I have to be honest. Gosh, I'm an idiot. Right now, I'm gonna set that aside. We're gonna figure out if these old LEDs work. Now let me see if that would work with a normal LED. Hey! Gosh, Okay, so the old LEDs don't work. So cool. Isn't electronics just so cool? It's an LED. It's literally the most basic circuit. It's what they teach people with. It's literally the circuit that they teach people with. But I love it because I love electronics. There's this whole thing with blue LEDs being really hard to create because an LED is not just light coming through a colored cap. It's specific colored light coming through a colored lamp. The only thing the cap is actually doing is letting us know. Oh, it's a real one. Oh, look at that. The only thing the cap is doing is letting us know what kind of LED it is. Because if this had a clear cap on it, it would still show blue. I love electronics. Technically, I think I could fit this in here. I know I'm probably doing this wrong. Oh, I think these switches work. That switch works. Because I'm not an idiot. I think we have a working switch. Here, wait. Oh, because that, there we go. Ta-da! Ah, dude, that's awesome. That wouldn't fit. Dang it, that wouldn't fit. I just need a button. I need to go get a button somewhere. Anyway, that's not what I'm going to do with the rest of the night, though. The rest of the night, the last thing I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to clean up, and I'm going to stain this wood over here. And regain some of my sanity back. Let's do it. Luckily, this box was not made by Apple, so all the screws are pretty much the same size. But it is going to very quickly become evident that I have not done this before. I have stained things before, but trying to do like a semi-professional job is a bit above my pay grade. So, although I do like the hardware on this, it does look like vaguely. You know how like Star Wars has that vaguely Victorian vibe to it? It has that like that. I also might sand down the corners to give it more of like a worn vibe, or like cut some of the edges. That might be good. With a little, ooh, okay, there's an idea. Let's try it. Let's try it. Alright, so the camera died on me. No biggie. We'll just be filming from this from this angle. We'll be filming from this angle from here on out. Let me check my mic is still on. Can you hear me? You can hear me. Alright. So I got done. There was a little bit more hardware for me to do. I cut all the corners. I'm going to sand them down a little bit, and then we can start staining. In hindsight, I probably should have started with the bottom, but oh well. We stick with our choices around here. Also, this is indescribably therapeutic. The goal for this project is not to get covered in stain, which so far has been somewhat of a success. I keep wanting to project my voice because at a very young age I was taught to speak on stage, and projecting your voice is a very, very big piece of that. So whenever I have an audience that is further away, my natural instinct is just to start shouting my lungs out. All right. I swear, I've gotten more use out of that little hammer than any other hammer in my arsenal. Also, stain everywhere. I was being stupid. Freaking story of my life. Also, I don't know if any of you are fans of MF Doom. I was just listening to all caps and just here. I don't know, something about wiping this wood reminded me of the record scratching in that, which I am formally against. I think they have like a different kind of table for that or something like that. It's not actually damaging the freaking records or whatever, but it doesn't sound right. That does not sound like a happy record to me. It's about time to clean up. This is the progress that we have. Whenever I'm going to come back, these are probably not going to be dry tomorrow. They're going to need a few days. I might turn on the fan on a low setting just to help them. But I'll probably come back tomorrow to work this out, glue it down a bit. But we got mostly a lightsaber, kind of a lightsaber, and a box. And we didn't break the drill press this time.